extract all this link out of all this, extract all this link. So and when people see it, they're like, oh, what's this so easy, this so easy, and I'm like, wow, awesome. If it's so easy that I can try this easy as I did it too. So but today, I think a day after I had a session for people that actually submit to give them to their approach. And later I'm seeing people getting their hands dirty on it and they were like they can't be able to get much of it. It's so tricky, stuff like that. So I decided to pull a solution out there to put it on my YouTube. So anyway, that good way to be able to reference to it or I push my own and I clean it. So today, yeah, here is the data. Yeah, so this is the plain data, this is the dirty data that I did, and we have this. So our task is to remove all these text here, all these URL here, to remove all of them from this article, from this data. So this kind of like a forum survey, you are given to do a review, and in a forum like social handle, a group handle, and they want to know the links of reference to all those survey you put out, all those review you put out, how you get in a specific forum. So we have a date, we have the date, which is the time and everything. So, and at the end of it, this is what we are going to look like. So yeah, we are going to have something like this. Actually, I didn't remove this. Let me see this table too. Yeah, I think this is clean too. I think this is the one I used for the approach here when I was doing the live session. Yeah, so this is a clean one. So now I'll be walking you through how I do something like this. So you see this dirty, we have HTTP. Let me filter down. We see some URL we have. Okay, so you can see we have bit.ly, we have some. Let's move down. So we have bit.ly, we have HTTP, MSFT. If you scroll down, explore the data, we see much of different URL. Bit.ly again. So there are different URL there. You can see www.microsoft Play Store. Yeah, and that's it. So while I was doing this, I learned much about a function in Power Query called split column by any. Yeah. Split by delimiter, any delimiter. Before there is each delimiter which is split column. So I'll show you guys how I approach it. So let me import a new, let me create a new workbook. Yeah, and import the file data. I'm taking to Power Query from file, get data from file. Yeah, is it Excel or CSV? Data from Excel, I think. So let me locate to my data, desktop, data cleaning. Okay. I think it's this. So I'm picking this dirty data, which is this table too. I think yeah, this table. So I'm picking this dirty data, which is this table. So recently on my page on Twitter, I explained the difference between these icons there. You see when you want to import, you can see you have six tables there, like six tables. But the actual table here is three. And this is the worksheet. This is a worksheet here. In Excel, this is worksheet sheet one, sheet two. So if I open to this previous one, you'll see three worksheets here. You can see one, two, three, which is the name of these three you see here. One, two, three. So this icon here is showing the table. This icon here is showing the table. Okay, this is the table icon. In the worksheet, in one worksheet, there can be many tables if you know. So when you are importing an Excel file, you should take note of this. Okay, because in a worksheet, you can have like multiple tables. So you should know the one you want to do. So now I'm picking this table because it's this dirty data one because of this table. If I go to this previous file here, you will see the name of the table. Yeah, I'll put something down here. So you too close. Let me transform. So if I go back here, I'll show you guys the name of this. You will see the name of the table here. So for this dirty data, if I click on I open the Power Query down here, so it's giving me a warning error. So let me leave it that way and continue. So right, I hope you guys get what I'm trying to explain here. Yeah, I hope you guys get what I'm trying to explain. Thank you. So because for this table now we have a table name for this claim, the name of the I cannot do anything because I open another Power Query until I close it. So and this is our data. Yeah. So when I approach this, we have three columns here, and we are told to extract We are told to the task is to extract this URL here. And this is post ID, this is a message for each of the people that comment on that forum, that post on that forum. After this data is from Facebook, something here. I saw it in Microsoft, yeah, Microsoft Press from Facebook forum. So for each of those forums, each people that make that unique comment under that question put on that forum, on that group. So, and this is the URL attached to it. This is the URL attached to it. So there are different URL prefix here. You see HTTP, you can see www, you can see www again. What you can see. So if you scroll down, let's see how many data we have first before we move on. So you have 1,000 rows of data. So actually you can explore down to it again. So you can see HTTP, we have www. Let me see other one we have again. So HTTP is there, and you have HTTPS, you have bit.ly, you have bit.ly. After bit.ly, we have Amazon.co. Yeah, the BW. You can see the www. Let me find. You have aka.ms too. You have aka.ms too. You know, aka.ms is Microsoft's unique link. If you know that. So aka.ms. What again do we have? So you explore the data first before you know. So, but actually, as we move on, you can uncover more of it outside. So let's get to work. We have this three column now. So the first thing you need to do here, because you are extracting the link here, you duplicate this page, duplicate column. So yeah. So because we get back to this later, and then this will be our backup plan, assuming we made some errors, some down here, so we can reference back to this and cancel those errors, delete those apply steps in our Power Query. So if you can do this other things like SQL, if you know you don't know Power Query, you can do it Python, Apple Utility to text your data cleaning skills. So from here, let me expand the column here. So the first thing I'll first do here is this split column. Yeah, I will come here, I will by click, or you come to your transform tab, anyone you know. But I believe you're already familiar with Power Query here. So you come to split column by delimiter. Yes. By split column by delimiter, I want to split by HTTP, this and this. Yeah, I want to split by this prefix, which is this URL at the leftmost. Leftmost means the first place is find this HTTP. The first when it's counting from beginning here, from this end here, from starting, if it's counting looking from it one by one, the first place it sees it in each of the row, that's where you should split it. So if you are just getting started with this, I have an article, I'll put the link in the description about how to split column by delimiter. So you can go to it. So get familiar with it, but I believe you already know how to do this. So when I split this, you will see a new column created. You can see that now. So you can see a new column created. If you look at this again, you can see HTTP slash slash MS something. And if I scroll down for this first two I just select here, you will not find the HTTP again there. You can see after ebooks, you cannot find HTTP again. It has split by that HTTP and give us only the it has removed the HTTP and give us the everything after it. That's what split column is. So because I have this, I have others too. If I want to split, should I split by WW again? I don't want to be repeating steps because I want to remove WW2. I will need to remove other one too. So and I don't want to be removing those steps one by one. So I just do something like this. I come to what we call modify encode. So there's this function I learned that day. You can see this. Okay, I'll come to this last step here, split column. You can see this function here. So let me go to Microsoft documentation. Microsoft documentation for Power Query. So Microsoft documentation for Power Query. I think it's loading. And we have split column here. Split column, combine function. Okay, splitter function. I can see split column by each delimiter. Yes, I have split column by each delimiter, which is what we just did now. So what this function is telling us, okay, you know what this function is telling us? It splits a text into a list of text by delimiter in sequence. So, and this is what we just do. So And I read about this function that day because I cannot be splitting one by one like that. I split function by any delimiter. So any delimiter is if I have different parameters I want to split it to it, I'll just pass it into a list. I'll pass it into a list. I will make the list into something like that and I'll split it by it. So let me show you what it is. So what I'll just come here is this. I'll say, okay, you know what? Split column by any delimiter. Any delimiter. You can see that now. And I'll come to this list here because I want to pass by multiple parameters. Split by HTTP. There is one that is HTTPS2 and okay, comma again into a list like that. In Python, this call this quotation dictionary. So this is a list. This is a list. Yeah. You can see delimiter as a list. It's a list in PowerPoint. So we have ww2 because I am lazy boy ww dots. Yeah, ww dots. It should split by ww dots. And again, it should split again by what again? By aka dots. Is it aka dot ms? So let me do bit.ly first. Let me do let me do bit dots here. And I will explain how I do bit dots instead of bit.ly because bit.ly and aka.ms are some standalone URL on its own. So if I split by aka.ms and bit.ly, I will have a slash in between them, which is it will affect how I want to um I want to explore that data later. So if I split by bit.ly, I will know that okay, anything that starts with ly, it's have a prefix of bit.ly. And I will do that for aka too. I will do aka dots. Yeah. And I think after that I have Amazon, which is AMZN. Okay, let me explore this first so you can see what I mean by this. So if I click on check on this angle, you can see all this www dot now. All this one that I showing now before has filled in with something. So if you look through them again, you can see MSFT, this one HTTP, Microsoft Web means www dot www dot Microsoft stores. So if you scroll down, let me now see the remaining URL I have here. If I click on this now, let me see the remaining URL I have at the end. Okay, I don't have much URL at the end yet. Let me see. There are still some URL hidden there because I've done with bit.ly. So let me see. Okay, no much URL again. Okay, there are still some hidden. I can't find it here. Let me see what we did there. Okay, no blank. You can see all this bit.ly are bit.ly. If I select all this ly now, you will see it's meant for bit.ly. All anything that contain ly. You know the prefix are for bit.ly. So bit.ly, if you don't know what bit.ly means, bit.ly is a URL website, URL shortener website. So all this in a long URL. So it is shortened into very easy something on. You can check the website out bit.ly if you want to shorten your URL or customize URL. I can say bit.ly like bit.ly mobile now. So it means it will show you on the browser as bit.ly mobile, but there is a link behind that mobile. So you can see this ly is many, which is bit.ly, Let me check out something again. Let me check out for nose too, so I can do the other nose and blank. So I will know the other URL that I know extract. So we have SPRLY too. So we have OW. You can see OWLY. That's why I split by bit. I don't know. Okay, you can see OWLY. So this OWLY has their prefix as HTTPS, HTTP slash slash, which has already split before. So if I click on OK, I can see the for this blank now. Okay, for null, some are null, some are blank. Let me see what they have. Okay, most of them don't have your. Let me see if they have URL at the side. Okay, some have URL. Can you see the URL? Slash slash. It is under some stuff here. So I'll show you how you can split by entire paragraph. So we try that later too. So you can see some of them start with MSFT, some of them have Microsoft, don't have HTTPS, HTTP at the front. You can see some start with o.ly, and you can see some start with again Amazon.co as I mentioned before. So these are you play around it to know what is hidden there. It's not just HTTP and www and bit.ly. And you can see I'm seeing different kind of URL now and some stuff here, Amazon.co Amazon.co, Microsoft Quest, Microsoft Store. So that's much of things we have here. And we come to it later. Let me now cancel this filter. Do I've already see what I want to see. What's this LY? Check out LY. Let me see the URL in front. Okay, it's bit.ly. Yeah, bit.ly. Because the selection. So I'll close this tab and I will do some little manipulation for my M code here as I do here. I'll say, okay, you know what? Check for Amazon too for me, comma, and do AMZN dot. So anywhere I see TO, I'll know okay with the prefix for the URL is Amazon. And I'll say, okay, you know what? Click on okay for me. Yeah. And if I come here, you will see TO at the bottom. TO. Yeah, you can see this belongs to Amazon. But if you notice, you'll see some suffix at the end of this. After all this thing, there are some things at the end of it like this now, which is not okay. And I will say, I will do another split there to remove all these suffix at the end of it. I'll remove all this end suffix, and I will say, you know what? Split. What is common to most of them all? Space. Space. What is common to most of them all? Space. So maybe before I will just come here, I will say, you know what? Split again for this. Come to this chain type. Split again. Split by delimiter. Split column by delimiter, and split them by space. At what? At the left mode. It means if you're counting from this beginning, anywhere you see space, if it's counting from this beginning, that's where you should split them. So when I click on OK, you can see we have some that null and it splits most of these ones. If I click on this drop down now, I will not be able to find some prefix at the end of it again, some suffix. You still have some characters here. You still have some full stop here. So and you can see most of this down, it has split them. Okay, we still have some characters here, use something like that. So we're coming back to that. And if I see from this new split column, you'll see them here. Can you see that? Load more, you see many of them. I will do on cancel. So what you do is this, we rename this. I will delete this column because it's not needed anymore. And we can leave this one as message copy too. So the next thing I will do now is this. The next thing I will do now is this. I want to split by o.ly. O.ly. Or should I okay, let me split by okay, aka.ms. So the next thing I'll do is to create a new column because before I split this, I need to rectify it because I have some o.ly that will affect my b.ly here. I have some MSFT, I have some Microsoft Quest Store, which is there that will still split from this existing data that will affect my something else. So what I'll do is this. I'll create a new column to make this one in their correct format. So and I'll say, you know what you will do for me? Create a new column, a conditional column. Yeah. Create a conditional column for me. Okay. When this message copy 2.1, is it 2.1? Yeah. When this message copy 2.1 starts with begins with begins with ms. You know what you will do? Begins with ms. Okay, I'm coming. Bit.ly. Yes. Then add aka dots. Yes. No, no. Begins with ms. It should bring this column for me. This same column. I'll modify it later. You understand what I'm trying to do here. And if it begins with ly, it should give me what? It should give me that same column. And what again? If it begins with co, if it begins with co, it should return this column for me. Same column. You might be curious that okay, why is it the same column I'm returning? When I know okay, same thing that will give me. Yes, you will got to know later. And what again do I split it before? Amazon B.3 www. Okay, www doesn't have anything to do. And I will say else. If it doesn't see any of this, it should return that same column too. Yes. Okay. If you notice, we have the same things for everything here. And this is giving me error. Why? Because the data type is any, so it's neglecting some error, seeing some error there. You can see if you notice they're having the same thing across. So I will now come here, modify my M code again. I will say, you know what? Don't put this as custom. You can say, okay, new URL or URL one. And I will say, you know what? If it starts with MS, then it should do this for me. MS, it should modify with aka dot and close. It should concatenate aka to that MS. It means once it starts with MS, anywhere it starts MS, it will be aka dot in front, which will be aka dot MS at the end. And if it starts with Lee, you should concatenate bits dot, right? And if it starts with to, you should concatenate. You come after that thing and you say, you know what, you should concatenate Amazon dot co. So if I check this now, you'll see aka.ms. I made some errors here. Aka.ms. I'm coming. There is some errors. Okay. So I'll need to go back. I'll need to go back to this my code. Not going, I will do pull slash because I want this ms and bit.ly ly slash. Yes, it starts with ly slash. So do you get what I just did now? And co amazon.co slash. And if I click on check, I execute it now. You can see I go back to the normal. You can see that now. And anywhere that is bit.ly, if I click on this now, and I say you will see bit.ly. Where's bit.ly? Cannot find bit.ly. Why is it showing me error? Okay, cancel bit.ly. What is it? Let me do something. Amazon.co. What's wrong? Hold on. Okay, I'm having some errors evidently. Yeah, okay, so my Power Query, I didn't concatenate bit dot and amazing dot. Yeah, I didn't concatenate well. Yeah, and when I click on this, one it, and let's see. Yeah, you can see now bit.ly and amazon.co. Yeah, so now that I made this now, I already have one here. What I will just do is this. I will delete this column because I already have a new column. Let me change this to text. Yes. I still have some error showing down here. You can find this error later. You can find those error later. Okay, some are no, some are no. So I'll find those error later. Yeah, because I've done this now, I'll delete this column. This is our new URL. We have everything we extracted from this first column before. We splitted from this first column, which is http://bit.ly aka.ms amazon.co. So www is coming back to where it is, which is for this Microsoft Play Store. Don't forget that. Yeah. So all these three are global URL. So they are the same, which I will later add to it. But this one that is not global, that is custom URL, are the one that we just returned for this. Are the one we just returned for our new name, new column called new URL. So the next thing I will do now is this. Okay, let's look at the let's look at somewhere. If you remember the last time we have Microsoft Store, we have what again? We have some. Okay, before I add the column, let me see. Before I add the column, let me see what we have before. Let me see for null and blank. Here. null and blank. Okay, let me see for okay. We have Microsoft Store, pues MSFT dot dot so we have MSFT dot IT Microsoft pues O dot what again? What again? So you can see how tricky this is. You just need to explore better. You see where your clearing is from. So Microsoft Store again, Microsoft pues rather. Microsoft pues. Don't forget the three things we just see now. Microsoft pues, O.ly and what again? MSFT. MSFT.it. So what I'll just do is this. So I'll use that any delimiter again to split again that same function to save my time. Yeah, that's all. That's all. So let me remove this filter, delete, and come to the last step back. So I'll say, you know what? Split column by delimiter again. And you should look at what should you look at? You should look at msft.it. So I'll say custom. First look for me msft dot at the leftmost delimiter. Click on OK. Yes, you can see no at the side, but if you look at it, you will see IT. Yes, cancel. And and I will come to my function. I will modify the M code. You know what? I don't want each. I want many parameters. It's called by any delimiter. So MSFT1 and then Microsoft Microsoft Quest. You know, it's microsoftqueststore.com and the third one is o.ly. Yes. Yeah, that's all. And we have some I think you have the one that is in paragraph. Let me do something like this. Arch is it Arch LF? Yeah, I think so. Arch LF. Yeah, you have this be the one that is column like this. Actually, I remember. But if it works, let's see. If I click on this check now, let me now see what I have. You can say I have IT, I have LY, I have store.com, load more. Let's see what you have. So I have no. So if I check on this now, if I don't want to see all this no are the one that is this icon here. So I'll just come here. Let me not see for now. Let me see for this blank and you can see them now. Microsoft Store. If you look through from this angle now, you can see Microsoft Store, Microsoft Store. This is this is database. Let me see. You can see MSFT. So you look through them one by one, and you look through them one by one. MSFT, O.ly, O.ly, Microsoft Store, Microsoft Store. Yeah. Let me see what is in this blank. Okay, HTTP. So this thing, okay, this one doesn't split. Why? Okay, it is there. It is there. So what I'll just do now is this. After I do this, same process as we did for the other one. Let me remove the filter. Delete. So same process as we did for the other one. That's what we'll do. Yeah, somewhere here like this. But before that, we need to merge these two together. Before that, we need to merge. You know, you have msft.it. So I'll merge them. I'll say, you know what? Right click, merge column together. So name this merge URL. Now click on OK. So we're still having some. Let me see what you have first. Okay, text. We're still having some error, which is 2%. And if you look those two now, we see IT. If you filter them too, you'll see LY later below. You see, why did I merge them with O.ly? Console. Let me see what I made them with. Okay, I made them with nothing. So let me filter. Text filter begins with. Let me see if it is the ly or it. Okay, there's no one that begins with it there. There's no one that begins with it. Before that, let me see here. Okay, so before I merge, let me quickly do some little things here. I will do the same add column that I did from that other one. So now see, I'll click on this and I'll come to conditional column, add a new column for me. The new column we should call new URL2, new URL2. So if this message copy 2 is null, it should give me this new URL that we have before, as in the next column after this. So it means anywhere it finds null, it will already give, it will fill them, it will fill those null with those ones. That's number one. Another clause else. If this message column 2 that I just created, is it 1.2? Yeah, 1.2. If this message column 1.2 starts with, begins with IT, because it's IT, it should return, which column? It should return this same column that I click on. As I modify that one, I'll modify the encode later. And if it starts with, it begins with ly or ly slash anyone, so it should give me the same column here, message column, and which is the third one. And if it begins with store, if it begins with store, if it begins with store, so it should return this same column, else if it doesn't meet any condition, it should return the new URL. And click on OK. I have a new column here. And you can see for my error from 2% fall down to 1%. Now just come here. Now say okay, if this is what, no, it should give me this. If this may start with IT, then I'll modify. It should give me msft dot, now concatenate, and if it starts with ly, then it should give me with all dots, and I'll concatenate, and if it starts with store, and then if it starts with store, it should give me what? Microsoft Press, which is Microsoft Press, and this. I click on OK. Yeah. So if I select this now before I don't want now, if I select this one that I just did now, you can see them now for this new column that I have here. O.ly msft, exactly now. Yeah, I think we're having a clean data already. So if you look at the corresponding, the one that we have before, you will see that they have correspond, like they are correct. Yes. So let me remove the filter. Once I have this now, I can delete these two because I don't need them again. Yeah, delete. So for this now, we have error. Let me see what that error means. Home tab, keep errors. How many errors do we have? Okay, we have how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 rows out of 1,000 data. So let's see what these rows are giving us. No URL here, no URL here too. Okay, there is URL here. There is URL here. No URL here too. No URL here. So you can see from these errors, we see like even like 90% of these error rows is only one that give us what's it called? This MicrosoftStore.com. So what I can do here, if I say okay, let me now remove this. I can remove it by following that same process that we do, split by Microsoft only here, and then you make them together and you delete those error. But now I will just delete those error now. I will delete this. Now say, you know what? remove, sorry, I'll click on here, remove errors. Yeah, you can see now you now have 100% clean data. So the question we now ask is this: we have HTTP, HTTPS, and www as we did before, which we didn't rectify for other one that we do like bit.ly, aka.ms, Amazon. So because these three here, as I mentioned earlier, are global URL. So what we just do is this: you see these three, this HTTPS and HTTP. HTTP is same thing as HTTPS, but this X and this one means the site you are going to is secure, which is it means it has SSL, which is secure. That makes the site secure and you won't be able to attack maybe your credentials you put on the site will not be able to bypass by any account. So this HTTPS and www are the same. While HTTP means doesn't secure. So what I'll just do from here is just come to this message copy. I think I which one did I remove? Which one did I remove? I remove new URL too. Okay. Okay. So you just come to this new URL pool and you say, you know what? Come to transform and you say, come to format. Is it format or is format? And you say, you know what? Add prefix to this. What I want to add to this is this. Add HTTPS colon forward slash. So it means for this HTTPS forward slash, it means it is applicable to all the URL here. Anybody that any link you click on the link, it will direct you to the normal, which because it's a global URL variable. So all the click now it will direct you. This is the standard for everything there. And from here now I can say okay, for this one, I don't need this one again because we used to reference before. And for this now we have four column here, which is what we have in our clean data. So I think I can go back to previous one. If it's Power BI, it's so easy. So and for this now, let me see what we have. I think we have some. Okay, I've claimed some HTTP. You can see we have some nodes here. We have this one too. This, yes, we have some nodes here. We have some nodes here. So can give it a condition from there. That okay, not even the condition. We can filter them out because it is we don't have any URL for them. Okay, we have even. So firstly, I will come to this new URL. I will do another split by delimiter. How to split defmos custom. I think it's hash CLF. I think so. Yeah, it is. Let me see what I have. Okay, it's not the right one. How to split by enter CLF hash CLF. So, but that let's continue from there. I'll actually update this how you can split those things. But from here now we have a clean data, and when you paste the URL, you copy the URL for those ones that we don't do. So for this one now, you say, okay, you know what? All these ones that are HTTP, you remove them out. Yes, and we have how many rows now? 842 rows, and everything now is now clean. So what you just do is to do the data type. This one is date. We give it a date. Yeah, and one more thing to do. One more thing to do is this comma. This okay. Let me see what these blanks are. Okay, you can remove this blank too. Yes. So I filter. That blank doesn't have any message, but you have a URL. So and I will change this data type to date. And what I'll just do to this is before I rename, let me remove this replace value, and I'll say, you know what? Look for anywhere you find this and replace it with nothing. Yeah. So now our message are clean and I rename this message. I can rename this my URL too. So URLs. Yeah. And that's how we have the clean data for their push, and everything now is now cleaned. So I believe we understand this process. And if you have any question, or when you're working through your own, you have any other methods, you can put it in the comment section. I will actually get back to it and we can look through it. Thank you. My name is Mobile Dauda once again. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for the future Power BI and Power Query and business intelligence tips content that we're putting out. Thank you. Thank you once again.